This is your Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, June the 19th, the day before Father's Day. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and wow, it was certainly one exciting night in Helena last night, especially in the subdivision where I live. Let's take a look at a picture I took, not the best picture in the world, but the Helena Fire Department had to respond to a house fire in my neighborhood, only 3 houses away from me, as a matter of fact, after apparently lightning hit the house and started a fire. So, boy, that lightning last night was absolutely frightening. It really was very, very intense. Well, it doesn't look that way this morning as we look out over the sky cam from Cheehaw, and just a beautiful, beautiful morning. How about a little sunlight reflection in the Tennessee River as we look at the Decatur sky cam? And then I couldn't help but enjoy this shot of the sun rising in the east this morning as we look out over Hamilton, and a little bit of some high clouds visible there in the upper left corner of the picture. On the surface map, actually, since I did the last one a week ago, not a great deal has changed, and it looks like there's not going to be much change in the foreseeable future. We still have a stationary front, cold front, whatever you want to call it, that is the source of action. And of course, James posted a picture from Chicago, and the thunderstorms up there were amazing. And just a couple of days before that, Minnesota recorded 3 tornado fatalities. So the weather remains very, very active. In the upper atmosphere, our ridge has been suppressed just a little bit as a major trough moves across the western Great Lakes area. But that ridge is just going to build right back in. In the meantime, it's rather hot across the country. I would say hot applies when temperatures are in the lower 60s in southeastern Canada at 5 o'clock in the morning. That qualifies in my opinion. Around here, things are still about the same, with morning lows in the lower and mid 70s for the most part. And actually got down a little cooler last night with some of the rain that occurred. Rain on radar this morning is somewhat limited across the Ohio River Valley, well north of central Alabama. This watch warning map shows a couple of severe thunderstorm watches in effect in parts of Nebraska, Kansas, and extreme northwestern Colorado. QPF-wise, the main thrust continues to be both to our north and to our south. We've got just daily showers and thunderstorms with the sea breeze, primarily from the Florida Peninsula all the way over to the southeast Texas coast. And then the main weather system, the main westerlies, well to our north with on the order of 3 to 4 inches forecast over the next 5 days up that way. Storm Prediction Center outlooking 2 areas for slight risk today, one in the eastern Great Lakes, and the next one centered pretty much on the state of Nebraska. That area extends from the Ohio River Valley on day 2 all the way back through Nebraska into parts of Wyoming and Montana. And then day 3, there's just not a lot of change. So you can see the weather pattern not migrating much. On the tropical scene, we still have that area that looked favorable but did not develop into much of anything. And the cloudiness is rather disorganized and somewhat smaller than it was when we talked about it last week. All right, here's the 060 GFS model run. And the pattern we're in is kind of stuck. We've got an upper ridge, and we've got just isolated to scattered showers in the lower atmosphere, the part that we're concerned with. By Sunday, the upper air pattern, we're still under that big ridge, all the action well to our north, and you can see that on the surface map with a lot of sea breeze showers, Florida Peninsula along the Gulf Coast, and then showers and thunderstorms along that boundary to our north. The ridge breaks down just a little bit, but still very strong for us, and not much change for the southeastern U.S. Tuesday, the 594 contour is back in there, so the ridge is actually a little bit stronger. Once again, that's keeping kind of isolated possibility for showers. By Wednesday, the 594 is still there as the main westerlies continue well to our north. Thursday, the 594 still there, although a strong trough moving across into the eastern Great Lakes area. Friday, still not much change. The 594 contour goes away, but also notice there's a little bit of a weakness, or a little weak low over the Gulf of Mexico, and that's actually reflected in a weak surface low in the Gulf of Mexico. Certainly not very strong, but perhaps could bring some relief from the heat by having more showers and thunderstorms, especially in Louisiana and Mississippi, especially the southern part of those states. By Saturday, a week from today, that little weakness is apparently moving into the Louisiana coast, and that's reflected at the surface with a little weak surface low that still does not gain much in strength. So we'll need to be watching that to see how that happens. But in the meantime, the story is the same for us, just not much change. Looking out into Voodoo, nope, not much change. As a matter of fact, look how far north the 588 line gets. It gets all the way up into extreme southern Canada, with the 594 building all the way up into Chicago. This is reminding me of the heat wave of 1980. In which, of course, we lost just hundreds of people to the heat. And by Sunday, the 4th of July, can't believe that the year is nearly half over, 4th of July, and it looks like no change. The ridge is still there, maybe just a little bit weaker, but again, that just leaves us with scattered or isolated storms. Well, I appreciate you tuning into the Weather Xtreme video. I expect to have the next one posted by about 7:30 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. In the meantime, I hope that you have a great Saturday and Godspeed.
Each day there are new stories to tell about the people who live here and the place we call home.
All of the faces that I see, all of the places close to me, they're all part of all the best things about home.
Sharing your stories on ABC 3340, Alabama's news leader.